6 months. That's how long I told myself tomorrow before anything actually changed. Not because I didn't want to change. I wanted it badly. I just couldn't find the door out of being stuck. And here's what nobody tells you about being stuck. It's not a lack of motivation. It's a lack of proof. You stop believing you're capable of following through. So you stop trying. Quietly. Without even noticing it happening. Let me walk you through what those 6 months actually looked like. Month 1, I was still excited. I had a plan. A workout schedule, a reading list, a new morning routine, a business idea I was finally going to start. I felt unstoppable for about 9 days. Month 2, the plan started slipping. Not all at once. Just one missed morning became 2. One skipped workout became a skipped week. I told myself I'd restart on Monday. Then the next Monday. Then the one after that. Month 3 through 5. This is where it got quiet. I wasn't dramatically failing. I wasn't spiraling. I was just standing still, scrolling more, starting things and abandoning them within days. Every plan I made felt like it belonged to a version of me I used to believe in, but didn't anymore. That's the part people don't talk about. Being stuck doesn't feel like crisis. It feels like nothing. Numbness with a due date, you keep pushing back. By month 5, I'd stopped even making plans. Why bother? I already knew how the story ended. Day 1, excitement. Day 9, quiet failure. I had the pattern memorized. Here's the part that actually changed something. I stopped trying to fix everything. That instinct, the one that says if I'm going to change, I need to change everything at once. That instinct was the actual problem. Every plan I made in those 5 months was too big to survive contact with a bad day. One misstep and the whole thing collapsed because there was no room for imperfection. So I picked one thing. Just one. Something so small it felt almost embarrassing to call it a goal. I decided to read for 10 minutes a day. That's it. No workout plan. No 5 a.m. wake up. No business plan. Just 10 minutes of reading every day, no exceptions, but also no extra pressure to do anything more than that. Here's why this worked when the bigger plans didn't. It was impossible to fail at. Bad day. I could still read for 10 minutes. Busy day. Still 10 minutes. Tired, unmotivated, distracted, didn't matter. 10 minutes fits into any day, no matter how bad it is. Within the first week, nothing felt different. I want to be honest about that. There was no lightning bolt moment. But by the start of week 2, something shifted. Not my life. My belief. I looked back and realized I'd kept a promise to myself every single day for over a week. That doesn't sound like much. But after 5 months of breaking every promise I made myself, that was the first proof I'd had in a long time that I was someone who follows through. And that's the actual mechanism behind motivation that nobody explains properly. Motivation isn't something you feel first and then act on. It's something that gets built slowly out of small proof. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you're gathering evidence that you're capable. Every time you break one, you're gathering evidence that you're not. 6 months of big, broken plans had built a mountain of evidence against myself. 10 minutes a day, kept consistently, started building it back the other way. The habit didn't stay small forever, either. Once reading 10 minutes became automatic, something I didn't have to think about or negotiate with myself over. I noticed I had a little more room. So I added a second small thing. Then months later, a third. But none of that would have happened if I tried to start there. If you're in your own version of those 6 months right now, stuck, quiet, not in crisis, but not moving either, here's what I'd actually tell you to do. Stop trying to overhaul your whole life this week. That instinct feels productive, but it's usually what keeps people stuck longer because it sets you up to fail big instead of succeed small. Pick one thing. Something so small you genuinely cannot fail at it, even on your worst day. Not the version of the habit that looks impressive, the smallest possible version that still counts. Do it today, not Monday. Today, even if it's already evening, even if it's imperfect. Because the way out of stuck was never a giant leap for me. It was one small promise, kept, and then kept again the next day and the day after that, until I had enough proof to believe the person keeping it. If this hit home, let me know in the comments, what's the one small thing you're going to start today? And if you're trying to build your way out of being stuck, subscribe to Mindspire. I post real, practical mindset content like this every week.